young people who can't handle any other point of view. Truth or objective truth?
Kirk with you.
There's no 215 children buried.
This is what happens when you start taking gender classes instead of women's classes.
Dr. Francis Widdowson has just been arrested at UBC.
I'm not saying that there's bodies there. Well, I did kind of say that.
No denial, no debate, no discussion. That's what you're seeing academia do today at the University of British Columbia. I'm Drea Humphrey with Rebel News, and today I'm bringing you a report on what was supposed to be a discussion on the indigenization of universities. In particular, Miss Dr. Francis Widdowson is somewhere, and she is a strong free speech proponent who sheds light on the reconciliation overreach that's been happening. In particular, the belief that there have been remains of children discovered at residential schools across the country, which of course that falsehood sparked in 2021 by the Kamloops residential school. She's done a documentary on it, and joining her today is leader of OneBC party, Dallas Brody, who also released a documentary called Making a Killing, something I doubt that any of the students here have watched, because so far they believe it's about shutting down lies, but really it's about shutting down the truth. So we're going to try to capture what we can for you, but you should know, in order to bring you reports like this today, myself and Sydney Fitzar behind the camera have had to have 4 security guards. That's the state of universities and free speech in Canada today. And already we've had some friction just arriving here. So if you appreciate that we are showing you what's actually happening while people are trying to talk to students about what's actually happening in Canada today, please consider keeping us safe by going to journalistdefensefund.com and donating what you can. All right, Miss Brody, you've arrived. You've got quite the entourage ahead of you. Why is it important to show up?
It's important because we need to have...
Why is there no position the opposite?
Why was it important to show up here today?
It's important to bring truth to the university. This university receives over $1 billion from the provincial government every year, and this university has failed completely in terms of being what it's supposed to be, which is a marketplace of ideas. You can see from this, this is ridiculous that people don't want to hear truth.
Being here isn't about free speech.
Yes,
it's about hate. It's about bringing people to your campaign because it's rooted in hate. You know this. You know what this brings to you guys? It's fucked up. This isn't about free speech, it's about hate.
I think it's about truth. This shouldn't have to happen. I should be able to write to the university and say, let's have a forum out here about what's going on up at Kamloops and with the whole reconciliation industry. But do you think they'd ever let that happen? No way. And you know what they'd say? They'd say, oh, we can't guarantee your safety. That's ridiculous. They bring a lot of really controversial speakers here, and they don't have any problem doing that, but only if they're on the left-wing side of the spectrum and supportive of certain causes. It's about truth.
Truth. Yeah. Truth is fucking objective too. You don't believe in that shit.
You do believe in subjective truth?
I don't believe in anything that you say, and I don't want to fucking hear it.
Well, do you believe? Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in subjective truth or objective truth?
Kirk with you.
Why not? This is really important for the media and Canadians to see what's going on, and for parents who have kids attending UBC, they need to see what's going on out here.
And you've got fucking bodyguards surrounding you too. Is that not threatening?
Well, your friend just hit me on the arm. So yeah, I do need bodyguards.
Did I hear you say you were assaulted today?
Yeah, one guy already hit me on the arm. Yeah. Young guy, he came up and was talking to me, and then he went whack and hit me on the arm. This university wants to control your thought. Did you know that? How? By not allowing you to hear other points of view. When I went to university,
You're here, aren't you?
yeah, but what I would like to do, oh, now he's being told not to talk to me. These are the young people who can't handle any other point of view.
What do you say to people who say, okay, you've got a point, there is misinformation swirling about unmarked graves, but this isn't the way, this is divisive?
Well, divisive is politics, it's life. I guess this is where we're at. I mean, this isn't what I plan to be doing with my political life, but obviously even I've experienced this in my own journey through politics. I got thrown out of the Conservative Party, a party that I was one of the original founders of, an original candidate from years ago. I was thrown out of my own party for daring to say that 0 bodies have been found at the Kamloops Indian Residential School, and then making a comment on a Zoom chat later about the concern over postmodern philosophy where there are subjective truths on everything. There's no objective truth anymore. There's billions and billions of dollars going to the reconciliation industry, and there's a lot that people need to know about what's going on here. And it's not benefiting the average Native person.
Well, we were able to get a few words in there before the loud whistle. Now, if that blows in your ear, it is actually a form of assault. One of the things that Miss Brody mentioned there was the amount of money going towards the reconciliation industry, something that the young people here who are already struggling, I'm assuming in many ways, to find their own place of living, God forbid in the near future a home, should know when it comes to how our tax dollars are being paid. I would think it would matter to at least have a discussion about it. You want to be a part of the report? Well, you're becoming a part of the report. So why don't you just let me do my job then? Do you feel tough? Why are you hiding your face? All right, it's like the poster said, inviting these people here. No discussion. I call it almost like idea phobia. Not only do they not want to have a conversation, and if they are right, express that, but they don't want you, the public, to see what's going on either. It's great that people came out, but why not get your message across? Why the intimidation tactic?
No touching, no touching, no touching.
Don't touch me.
Back
Don't
up,
touch
please.
me.
Back up, please.
Don't touch me.
Peaceful.
Back off.
You back off.
Please.
They're touching me. Why don't you call them off? I'm a Nazi. Oh my gosh. Lord help you guys.
Go, Drea.
Why is it important to be protesting here today, Mr. Aegis? You can hear me, right? Is this fun for you? You're the guy who was spying on the parents, right? You like to spy on parents discussing how to keep their kids safe? Is that why you like the university kids like this? That's Robert Aegis in a report on how he's spied on parents, concerned about parental rights, trying to figure out how to protect their children from exactly what happens at universities like this, the indoctrination. We see the unions being involved in activism like this, where violence is happening. Already, this woman here has tried to assault me, but thankfully I have lots of security guards here, so.
There's no 215 children buried, so you know there's not. They said, you know what, I have a PhD, don't tell me I'm, yeah, what? But I don't know how you got it. I don't know how you got it.
Keep fighting.
It's here to have a conversation. So what happened?
Go away, you idiot.
That's very persuasive. You must have been a great parent. Like, I mean... Go. Don't let them do that again to me. Don't you? Fucking assault.
What'd they do?
They took my son. I just can't believe a mob mentality once again. University students are incapable of having an intelligent conversation. It's just nothing but physical threat. I've already been assaulted. They took my sign. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The taxpayers pay for this.
What were you observing from a
lot of support for Indigenous people.
All right.
Yeah.
Why is it important for you to keep coming to the universities?
Because what was announced 5 years ago almost wasn't true. There are no murder or missing children in residential schools.
So there's some Indigenous people on both sides. So what else did you observe?
The love for Indigenous people.
And I think it was important, if we're going to teach students at any age about our past, we should do it fairly and honestly.
What are you saying?
Time to go.
Looks like the security is trying to usher people off. Is media allowed to still cover them? Which one here? Oh, we were told. Oh.
Just trying to get people out.
Okay. So, but we can still film it. Thank you.
This is what happens when you start taking gender classes instead of women's classes. Because you don't understand that it's wrong for a man your size to beat a woman.
We need a big workspace. I'm not a small person. Let's go. Take care of me.
They're trying to drag me out.
That's how you treat a professor.
I'm out. Circle. I'm out.
Do not get in the policeman's circle.
I got it all.
Way to go, Francis. You're a f***ing hero. Hey, you suck.
Get away.
Yes, sir.
Back off.
You fucking bug.
Hey, move back! Move back! Back up!
Breaking news, Dr. Frances Widdowson has just been arrested at UBC. She is in the back of this police car right now being escorted after a mob of violent protesters against her visit have essentially pushed her out. I assume it's for trespassing. I'm going to get some more footage. Like OneBC had to take cover, both Dallas Brody as well as her candidate for Jim McMurtry is inside of this area. At one point, there was an altercation that looked like they were trying to bust in. They're saying, go home. It's like, let them go home then. But I want to let you know that amidst the chaos, an Indigenous woman tapped on my shoulder to thank us for being here. She said she's seen some of the stuff on Twitter and she wanted to see firsthand what was going to happen. She said all this talk about standing up for wrongs 100 years ago, she said, what about the abuses that are taking place on vulnerable children today on reserves? She said no one is talking about this issue, and when she raises it on her own area, that her voice is not heard and that kids are hurting today. And you have all of these righteous children who want the belief that children's remains are buried where they're not. They have misguided anger. Now, I have her contact info. She didn't want to go on camera. She's actually shaking right now because of this demonstration.
All of the Indigenous people on our campus are hurt by the lies that Dallas Brody is telling.
So I just had one Indigenous person tell me they skipped class because they support that Dr. Frances Widdowson was here. They do not think she should be arrested. They do not support your protest, and they didn't feel safe enough to show their face on camera. That was the voice of at least one Indigenous person. So when you say all, we do have proof that that's not the case. So what is it that Dr. Widdowson or OneBC is specifically saying that you feel is false?
I'm not familiar with Dr. Widdowson or whatever, and I agree that could be a generalization, that there could be one or two people. There's always one or two people in a population who disagree, but lying about residential schools, about how there's no bodies there, that hurts the residential school survivors and their descendants. There are people here that are crying because of what OneBC and Dallas Brody are saying, and I'm assuming Dr. Wilton as well is with them.
Get the f*** off our campus.
How am I a fascist?
Campus, we do not want you here. You have come here uninvited on lands which aren't yours. Get off our campus.
It's hard to
Get
hear.
off Musqueam land.
Are you aware that there have been 0 bodies discovered at any of the places that said there were clandestine graves, including Kamloops?
I'm aware that underneath the earth, they've scanned the graves and they've found the graves.
They never went underneath the earth, and even the band itself has retracted its statement. They no longer say bodies. They say they've detected 200 anomalies. That could be tree roots, but there's evidence to support that it's an old septic block that they should have known about because they've done developments there before. They no longer say there's bodies here, but you guys are saying there's bodies here. Why is that?
I'm not saying that there's bodies there. Well, I did kind of say that, but yes.
A lot of people say it. Why are you coming over to me? Why do you come over here?
We do not want you here. We do not want you here.
Why?
Get the fuck off our campus. Because
It's not how it works.
The rhetoric that OneBC is coming here with is specifically to garner, to agitate.
So that's an intent. You're speaking to their intent. Let's stick to facts because we never know. I'm asking you for your intent. You can speak on that. But I've covered them. I've watched their documentary, and I believe what you're saying is their intent is not consistent with what they're saying is theirs. So you're talking.
They're not coming here to spread the truth. They're coming here to support their narrative. They're coming here to support themselves.
Are you referring to?
just get the away. Just leave our campus.
It's like talking to a angry wind-up toy. Don't you think it's good news that there hasn't been hundreds of Indigenous kids found discovered in unmarked graves in Canada?
First off, I would like to say that UBC has not indoctrinated any of us, that they have not been saying that there are bodies. We are listening to the Indigenous people who say that there are bodies.
All right, we're going to try to get into where OneBC and whoever else appears to be sort of trapped. There's some journalists on the inside, so we're going to see what's going on. But basically, I don't know. It doesn't seem too safe. Love you too. Love you too. Oh my gosh. You'd think they'd have a better education. All right, so we've been ushered in both by our bodyguards and the security, little safety, but you can see there's still a lot of numbers outside. So our security is coming up with a safety plan to get Sid and myself back to our vehicles, safe without the mob. But they took some hits. They took some hits for us and some of the other guards that are with OneBC as well. You can see they were warding off people at the door. One of our guards was punched in the stomach, the groin. But we are good. We're good, right, Sid? So we're safe. So thank you again, everybody supporting us. But yeah, this is the state of academia when it comes to this issue. And look at the full article, which I have linked in the description box below for you to get an update on what happened with Dr. Widdowson. For now, all I know is that there was a statement that was put out that said that she would not be trespassed. That's my understanding from some of her team here. And yet it appears she must have been. So again, the full write-up on what happened there is linked in the link to this report in the description box.
This is new for me. I've never been an activist. This is incredible. And I've never seen kids behave like this. Like, look at this.
So anybody that would like to leave, identifies themselves would like to leave. Security, where's my security? Can I have these people show into an exit? They would like to not go on my bus.
Right, we're being escorted out. It looks like some are trying to follow us on the side. We have lots of security. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, go learn something. Go learn a fact about, I don't know, residential schools.
I'll be your worst fucking nightmare. Swing it! Swing it! What you doing? You're a fucking veteran. You're a fucking veteran.
And you can see there's a celebration happening behind me over that. A victory of sorts of a professor who simply wants to have a conversation, in particular about the lies that institutions continue to teach, which is that there have been remains of children discovered at residential schools. It's not true, but it's being used as a tool to teach young people and beyond that Canada is a genocidal nation, which has led to so much other. You can't even talk about that. This is the second time she's been arrested. First at the University of Victoria, and now here. You can find all of our coverage on this type of stuff at kamloopsdocumentary.com. I'm Drea Humphrey with Rebel News. And anybody who wants to help chip in a few bucks to keep us safe, which was really what we needed today, please go to journalistdefensefund.com.